Unlocking Wealth 7 Powerful Psychological Hacks. Many people don't realize that getting rich isn't as simple as it may seem. While some folks may inherit large sums of money or win the lottery, a 2017 survey revealed that 88% of millionaires earned their wealth through their own efforts. Only 12% inherited their wealth, meaning that most rich individuals work hard to achieve their financial success. However, it's not just hard work that leads to their prosperity. What many millionaires don't openly discuss is that they use secret psychological strategies to both earn and save more money. In today's video, I'll share with you 7 psychological hacks that can help you become wealthy. Hack number 1. Embracing small choices. The wealthy understand that even minor decisions, when consistently made over time, can have a significant financial impact. Simply saving money regardless of the amount can provide motivation and empowerment you might not anticipate. For instance, setting aside just $5 a day with a 10% compound interest rate might not seem like much after a year, but it accumulates to $1,885. If you continue this habit for 40 years, you'll end up with $948,611, which is a substantial sum of money. Aside from amassing a sizable nest egg through these small but positive choices, this daily commitment to saving gives the rich a sense of control that many people lack in their financial lives. You see, there are aspects of life beyond your control, such as the economy or the job market. Consequently, it's easy to feel discouraged when things aren't going your way. To avoid this feeling of defeat, provide yourself with the opportunity to make choices about something you can control. Choosing to save is one way to exert influence over your financial life. Charles Duhigg, author of The Power of Habit, echoes this sentiment in his latest book, Smarter, Faster, Better, stating, "Motivation is triggered by making choices that demonstrate to ourselves that we are in control. The specific choice we make matters less than the assertion of control." In other words, it's not merely about the $5 you save or the extra $25 you put toward your debt. The power lies in the act of making a choice in the first place, rendering this psychological hack incredibly potent. Hack number 2. Exercise self-doubt wisely. What separates the rich from the less affluent is an understanding that nobody is flawless. To put it differently, wealthier individuals tend to be more self-aware than those with fewer financial resources. This awareness leads them to employ strategies that reduce their susceptibility to self-sabotage. One effective method they use is automatic deductions. Many rich people can make money easily, but what stops them from getting a lot of money is their ability to save it. Even people who are good at saving can find it hard to stop themselves from spending when they have the chance. That's why they like to set up automatic saving. If you don't know about automatic deductions, here's how they operate. When you get paid, a part of your money is moved from your regular bank account to a different savings account. Wealthy individuals often go a step beyond this by making it hard to access the savings account, so the money they've set aside stays safe and continues to grow over time. This makes it less tempting to spend money on a whim. Hack number 3. Visualize your wealthy future. What great athletes, famous actors, and successful entrepreneurs all share, besides being wealthy, is their use of visualization. Nearly every successful person will tell you that you need to imagine yourself achieving your goals before you can make them a reality. Unfortunately, some people can't see beyond their daily routines. Take, for example, spending $5 on a Starbucks coffee, which may not seem like a big deal to many, but for those aspiring to become wealthy, that $5 can have a more significant meaning. A wealthy person, when faced with the decision to spend $5 on premium coffee, would likely think about the future cost of that purchase. They realize that $5 today can grow to $100 by the time they retire. If you thought about the purchase in this way, you might change your mind, right? What distinguishes what rich people do from what others don't is that they consistently ask themselves about the future cost of their spending decisions and whether these choices align with their vision of a wealthy lifestyle. And if you think this visualization technique is something new, think again. Napoleon Hill's classic book, Think and Grow Rich, first published in 1937, provides a step-by-step approach to combining visualization with action, and millions of people have successfully used this technique. Hill suggested that the first step is to set a clear goal for the exact amount of money you want and when you expect to receive it. Jim Carrey famously applied this technique in 1990 when he wrote himself a fake check for $10 million for acting services rendered and dated it for 1995. He gave himself 5 years to become one of the most successful working actors in Hollywood and was able to cash that check he had written to himself 5 years earlier. In addition to visualizing the amount you want to earn, He'll also recommended that you determine what you're willing to give in return for that money. After making these declarations, Hill advised closing your eyes and picturing yourself living a wealthy lifestyle every day until it becomes a reality. This technique is believed to program our subconscious mind to find solutions to financial challenges and help us better identify resources, people, and events that can aid us in reaching our goals. Hack number 4. Sleep on big purchases. Sleep not only helps you feel less stressed, remember better, and be in a good mood, but also makes you better at handling your money. Think of sleep like a tool in your money-saving toolbox. First, when you don't get enough sleep, your ability to make good financial decisions goes down, and you might end up making riskier choices like buying a car you usually wouldn't. Second, sleeping on big purchases is useful. It means taking time to think about them while you sleep. This helps your unconscious mind process the information and make better decisions about spending your money. Hack number 5. Use cash for spending. Another psychological trick used by wealthy individuals to become rich is to use cash for their expenses. You might have seen someone paying for an expensive item or a fancy dinner with a stack of cash, and while you might think they're just showing off, there's a calculated reason behind this behavior. When you spend cash, whether it's for groceries or a new phone, you become more aware of the money leaving your wallet. This is because you physically hand over cash and see your wallet getting thinner. However, when you use a credit or debit card, it's easy to overlook the potential cost because you don't immediately feel the impact. Researchers call this difference coupling. When you pay with cash, you instantly know how much an item costs, and that can be a bit painful. But when you pay with a credit card, there's a time gap between the purchase and the actual payment, which makes the cost seem less important. So, how much more might you spend when using credit instead of cash? A study from MIT in 2001 found that shoppers tend to spend up to 100% more when using credit cards. If you want to control your spending and use this psychological trick, consider ditching your credit cards and carrying more cash with you. Hack number 6. Determine cost in time. The second to last psychological trick used by the wealthy to grow their wealth is to convert the cost of their purchases into the number of work hours required to afford them. For example, if you earn $20 an hour at your job and you're thinking about buying a $100 t-shirt, you might see it as equivalent to 5 hours of your work time. Unlike those who are less well off, wealthy individuals regularly ask themselves whether the item they're buying is worth the time it took to earn the money to pay for it. In this example, they'd question if that shirt is truly worth 5 hours of their work time. When you start looking at your purchases this way, it can significantly change how you perceive the value of your money and your time. What's interesting is that this way of thinking doesn't just help you make better purchase decisions, but can also be applied to how you spend your free time. Most people consider the hours they work as productive, but what about your leisure time? Have you ever thought about how much money you're essentially giving up by mindlessly scrolling through Instagram or Facebook for hours on end? In 2018, the average social media user spent 136 minutes or over 2 hours on social networking sites each day. Let's say you make $80,000 a year at your job, which is roughly $40 an hour. Is spending 2 hours on Facebook each night really worth $80 to you? In short, whether you're buying something or deciding how to spend your time, remember that everything has a cost, and what sets the rich apart from the less wealthy is how they value these precious resources. Hack number 7. Use the stranger test. When you're in a store and spot a $50 t-shirt that you really like, even though you know you should consider how much time you're trading for it, you might still be tempted to buy it. Before reaching for your wallet and making the purchase, try running yourself through what's called the stranger test. Here's how it works. Imagine a stranger standing in front of you. In one hand, they're holding the t-shirt, and in the other hand, they have $50. Now, ask yourself which option you'd prefer. In most cases, having the cash in hand is probably more appealing. By using this approach regularly, you'll find yourself consistently choosing money over the item, reinforcing your commitment to not splurging and instead holding onto your money. Here on the Stash Cash channel, our goal is to provide you with valuable insights. Before we finish this video, I want to share a bonus hack that is essential for your financial success. Bonus hack: believe in yourself. While all the previous tips can help you earn or save money in practical ways, the wealthy have a fundamental belief that getting rich is not only possible but also their right, and this self-confidence is the cornerstone of their wealth. According to Stephen Siebold, author of How Rich People Think, who studied many self-made millionaires, world-class thinkers know in a capitalist country they have the right to be rich if they're willing to create massive value for others. After interviewing hundreds of successful individuals, Siebold found that it wasn't a lack of desire that held most people back from becoming wealthy. It was their lack of belief in their own ability to achieve it. In summary, none of these psychological tricks will make you rich if you don't believe you deserve to live a financially prosperous life. So, before you start incorporating these 7 psychological strategies into your daily routine, make sure that your self-belief aligns with the ambitious financial goals you've set for yourself. Thanks for watching. Stash Cash signing off.